No Rice, no Martin Odegaard, no problem. North London is red. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is NorCal is red. I am Golden Gate Gooner, and this is episode number 2. North London Derby, one of the most important derbies for Arsenal fans. And the first game this season was at Tottenham on Sunday, and we beat them 1-0. Another clean sheet on the road because of our best defense, best backline in the world. Not just the Premier League, in my opinion, in the world. William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, David Raya, Benjamin White, Jurrien Timber. Our defenders did extremely well. All of them. Benjamin White had a few issues with Song, as he should, because Song is a really good player. Probably the only super good player that Tottenham have. But without Kane, he suffers, and I'm glad they don't have Kane anymore. Harry Kane was a forward they had, for those who don't know, and they no longer have him. He scores a lot of goals now for Bayern Munich, who we might face in the Champions League. As a matter of fact, tomorrow is Thursday, and which is weird. Thursdays, usually you don't have Champions League, but Arsenal play tomorrow against Atalanta. But let's not talk about that yet. This episode is specifically about North London Derby and our win. Let's dive in. Big talking points. Another clean sheet, like I mentioned. Our backline is the best in the world, like I mentioned. Gabriel Magalhaes in this game was tremendous. Not only did he score the only goal of the match, he was really good on defense. No Martin Odegaard, who we have lost now, from what I understand, for a substantial amount of time. Who knows? Maybe a month, maybe 2. There's some damage to one of his ligaments in the ankle. No Martin meant that we had to replace a lot. That player is irreplaceable. He makes us click on offense, and it was very difficult to do without him, but Mikel Arteta did a really good job. He put Trossard as a false 9, so to speak. Saka was on the right. You had Martinelli on the left, by the way, who had a good game, in my opinion. He still lacks final third decision-making, or good decision-making. There were a couple instances where he should have done better. But Trossard found him once for a shot that was too close to Vicario, the goalkeeper of Tottenham, who saved the shot, and he should have done better. He also had an opportunity to pass to Saka, but he didn't. Instead, he shot, and it wasn't a good shot. It was too easy for the goalkeeper to save, which he did. So that opportunity was wasted. But overall, Martinelli still had a really good game. He made Pedro Porro, the defender, the right back for Tottenham Hotspur, suffer quite a bit. He ran past him on numerous occasions. Jurrien Timber on that same side had a really good game. Showed no fear. There was an instance where he was going to be intimidated, or the Vicario, the goalkeeper, same goalkeeper, tried to intimidate him, got really in his face, and Timber just grabbed him by his shirt and said something probably like, "I'm not afraid of you." I don't know what he said actually, but it was exciting to see, and we need more of that. And it shows that no matter what size you are, the bigger you are, the harder you fall, they say. So the guy's not afraid. Makes me really happy. One-on-one defense or defending for him was amazing. I'm really happy with Jurrien. It was his first game where he played 90 minutes, so I'm sure he has suffered. But he needs a couple of those to get really into shape. So it was good to see. And it seemed like he didn't cramp up as much as he did in the previous games. Havertz came in and did really well. He slid back into the midfield role because there was no Martin Odegaard or Rice. He did really well. He's a tremendous player, and I'm super happy that we have him playing at this level. Jorginho and Partey were in the midfield. They did pretty good. I mean, they knew their limitations. They didn't try to do too much. Jorginho did go forward a little bit more in the first half and got caught out a little bit. So in the second half, he made adjustments and kind of stayed in front of the back four, and that made a huge difference. I saw Tottenham passing sideways, backwards. There weren't many opportunities for them to hurt us. So that was really good. I do want to say that Mikel deserves a lot of credit. As he mentioned in his press conference, he didn't get a lot of sleep due to the selection for the team. When you don't have two world-class players in Rice and Odegaard, it changes everything. And we were very short on players, I have to say. Let's see, 7 senior players that were out of this game due to either suspension or injury. That's a lot of players. That's your whole bench. We had 5 teenagers on the bench because there are only a few senior players on the bench. As a matter of fact, 3 came in as substitutes. Raheem Sterling, he was his first game for Arsenal. It wasn't long enough to really for him to do anything. It was very, very nice to see Ethan Nwaneri, our super talented academy kid, who is knocking on the seniors or on the first team's door. He seems really good. Lots of technical ability, no fear at all, and I want to see him play more. And I think eventually, sooner than later, we're going to see him in the starting lineup. He came in, actually did pretty well. Even though it was short, it was nice to see Mikel Arteta in such a vital, important game come in at the end and kind of give us a spark, a little energy in the midfield, you know, make sure that we control the game and not let Tottenham equalize. And then also Gabriel Jesus made his return after injury and played at the end of the game and also did good. I mean, he was going for the tackles, you know, doing his usual stuff. It's good to see him back. We're going to need him. We're suffering from the injury bug, and it's going to be nice to have our players back. And in this hard time, when we're very short in a lot of positions, it's nice to see players come back. No Calafiori, no Zinchenko, you know, no Tomiyasu. All these players were out, injured. So as a manager, you rely on those guys to come in and we didn't have them. So to win this game and in the fashion that we did, by the way, Saka, world class, gets another assist. I think that's 4 assists in the first 4 games, and he's just amazing. I mean, the delivery was unbelievable into the penalty box. And Gabriel, Big Gabby, put it in the net, and that was wonderful. By the way, that's 15 Premier League goals for Gabriel Magalhaes, which is top in the league. It's amazing. What a player he is. He definitely has developed into one of the best overall players, defenders in the world as well in the last couple of years. He came in, it was pretty raw. He's one of our leaders, and you could see. And William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes have an amazing partnership. It's so nice to see that even when we suffer going forward and you don't know where the goal is going to come from, to see that the other team has even more difficult time trying to score on you makes you confident that the worst that can happen is you're going to get a tie, a draw. You're going to get a point out of the game at least. And I probably would say I would have been happy with a point before the game because of all the injuries and not having right players playing at Tottenham. I would have taken a draw. So I'm ecstatic about the result. Anyways, I do have to say, you know, I'm going to try to make this short. I value your time, and I don't have a lot of time for myself. So, player ratings for this game. David Raya, continues to be our anchor for the back line. I mean, the guy had a couple of great saves, continues to dominate the zone where he is. You got free kicks, you have corner kicks coming in, and he's always there, it seems like, catching the ball and relieving the stress. Cool, calm, and collected. I love him. David Raya, the Spaniard. By the way, for Raya, I'd give him an 8. Now, Benjamin White, I'd give him a 7. He did make a few mistakes that almost led to a chance or opportunity for Tottenham to score. But, you know, because our team is so united, somebody makes a mistake and somebody's right there to help him out. I'd give him a 7 because he still had a good game. Playing against Son is tricky. Son is really good, very technical. It was hard for him, but I think he coped. He coped well. It was all right. 7, still give him a 7. Saliba, William Saliba, the Rolls Royce of our back line. I'll give him an 8. He was good, if not better than usual. Now, Gabriel Magalhaes, his partner in crime, I give him a 9. He was everywhere, and the goal meant so much to us. So he's my man of the match. Let's put it that way. Man of the match, Gabriel Magalhaes. Jurrien Timber, our left back for this game. By the way, he's not necessarily a left back all the time. So he has to learn that position, and I think he did really well. Can't complain about Jurrien Timber. There was some talk of pundits calling for a red card for him in one of the tackles where he got a yellow. And I don't even know how he gets a yellow because, by the way, the ref, again, had an interesting game. Lots of yellow cards in the first half. I thought that red card was definitely coming for somebody in the second half, but astonishingly, it didn't. But yeah, it seemed like almost he was losing control of the game, but kind of panned out later on. Anyways, Timber almost, he had a tackle, or both players were going for the ball at the same time, Pedro Porro and him, and his foot ended up on top of the ball and then kind of slid and seemed like it hit a little bit the foot of the defender, but the defender tried to make the meal out of it, you know, rolling around like it was Neymar for a long time trying to get Jurrien Timber sent off, but luckily it didn't happen. Partey, 7 out of 10. Partey is Partey. I mean, he's definitely dropped a few steps since a couple of years ago when he was one of our best players, but he did his job. I mean, he didn't make any crucial mistakes, and he was there to help out Jorginho. 7 out of 10 for Partey. Jorginho, manager on the field, I call him. He helps everybody on the field. One of our most experienced players. You know, you can combine Italy and Brazil for him. He plays for Italy, but originally a Brazilian. He did really good. Jorginho played until the end. Well, actually, no, he got substituted. But he needs more time. He needs more minutes. So hopefully maybe in the cups coming up, League Cup, FA Cup, he's going to get more minutes and get more into shape. It seems like he's a little bit out of shape, but overall, good game, 7 out of 10. Havertz, another amazing game. Another very legitimately most consistent players we have. David Raya, Havertz, Saka. 3 of our most consistent players at this point, besides obviously Saliba and Gabriel on defense. Havertz gets 8 out of 10. And he did an amazing job. Lately, he's been playing as a forward, and that's his best position, I think. But he had to slide back into midfield to help out because there was no Martin Odegaard or Rice. It seems like he's always big. He's a great signing. Havertz, 8 out of 10. Saka, 7 out of 10. He was substituted at some point. Seemed like he got a knock, which is a usual thing for Saka. I mean, he gets knocked around left and right every single game and just goes on about it and just keeps going. But he was substituted, and I'm glad he's okay. It seems like he's okay, as Mikel Arteta confirmed in one of his press conferences. 4 assists on the season already, this season. It's only been a few games, so he's amazing. World class. 7 out of 10. Trossard, he had a really good pass for Martinelli when he didn't finish, and he should have gotten more out of it. He should have gotten a goal. But Trossard made that happen. And besides that, it was kind of difficult for him. It seemed like, you know, the role is a bit different from what he usually does. It was hard for him to get in the game, but I'll give him 5.5, maybe 6 out of 10. Martinelli, Gabby off the ball defensively was unbelievable. Exactly what we would want somebody to do to solidify defense, to stifle the other team. I mean, he was all over the place. He was backing up Jorginho and Jurriën Timber. He was helping them out. He was doing a really good job. He still suffers from decision making. He could do better in that, and probably he will, or I'm almost certain he will. At some point, he'll just start scoring and assisting more. Gabby Martinelli, I'd give him a 7 out of 10. We had 3 substitutions. It was nice to see Raheem Sterling come in and get his first minutes with Arsenal. I can't give him a rating, it wasn't long enough. Ethan Nwaneri, our academy kid, who is extremely talented and I think is going to be a massive star for Arsenal. If anybody comes closer or close to replacing Martin Odegaard at some point, it's probably Ethan Nwaneri. So if he starts getting some minutes here and there and starts getting used to the first team rather than playing in the development teams younger, under 19 or whatever they are, he's going to be a star for Arsenal. Technically gifted, fast, makes good decisions. Overall, I like him a lot. So it was nice for Mikel Arteta to give him a chance and put trust in him at the end of the game when it was still only 1-0 to come in and kind of give us a little spark in the middle of the field, or in midfield, to alleviate some of the pressure. Gabriel Jesus is finally back from the injury. Let's see how long that lasts. That guy is... I hope he stays healthy. We need him. He's a really good player. Always give him credit for the start of our revolution under Mikel Arteta. He was the first big spark that made us click when we needed it most. So he's always in my heart as one of the best. And I'm happy he's back. We need him, and he just needs to start getting minutes now. And hopefully in the Champions League now, we play tomorrow against Atalanta, he gets the start. I hope he does. As Trossard played in this game, he wasn't super effective, so hopefully they flip where Mikel flips him, and Trossard maybe will come off the bench, and Gabriel Jesus will start against Atalanta. That's basically it. All right, so last but not least, Mikel Arteta, our manager. He gets 8 out of 10, not only for the game, not for the tactics or the team selection, but also for the result and for an amazing fit. He has become the first manager since the 80s, I think, to win 3 games in a row at Tottenham, which makes all the Arsenal fans around the world super happy. And for that, thank you, Mikel. Mikel also has signed an extension at the club until 2027. So before the game, he shows the players that he's going to stick around. He's not letting anybody down. And they decided to pay him back and win the game. Thank you to the team. Thank you to our manager. And I will see you real soon. Thank you for watching. Congratulations on the win. North London is red. Come on, you Gooners. Until next time, peace out.